Hello guys, what is up? We're doing another YouTube video more, and in today's video we're going to be taking a look at the newly released DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Mirror Master from The Flash, number 44 in the line. Here is the back of the art, which funnily enough does not match the actual figure. You can see he has like none of that green armor right there. The artwork is okay, nothing crazy. Mirror Master, I'm genuinely so excited to get this guy open. I found this today at my local Walmart. I was trying to look for the Thunderbolts 2-packs, still didn't have them, but they had this guy. Unfortunately, they didn't have the Deathstroke in the wave. That's the one I really want. But I have been wanting this Mirror Master as well, just because I am a big Flash fan. He's my favorite superhero, and I'm obviously trying to build out my rogue, so I already have Captain Cold, and I'm going to consider Captain Boomerang a member of the Rogues. So now all I need is a Golden Glider, and then I need them to make a classic Heat Wave. But yeah, guys, with that said, let's go ahead and jump right into this. Okay, and here's Mirror Master right out of the packaging. You can see I have him here next to a couple of other rogues. We're going to take these guys aside and take a look at the figure. Starting off here, right up front, you can see the head sculpt, which I'm glad that this figure doesn't have those stupid, like, swap out faceplates. At least to me, those were just kind of never my thing. Like, on Captain Cold here, the second you try to move down his head, it just pops right off. So, don't really like those. The body mold this guy is on is the same Speeding Bullets Superman body mold or Batman body mold. It's the same one they used for Black Lightning. It's the same one they used for Deathstroke over here. And the same one they used for Commander Steel. So, you know, it's just been used quite a lot in the DC Multiverse line, but I do like this body mold, so I'm not mad at it. It has those same, like, ribbing edges on going down the side of his arm, and then on the side of his torso, and down the side of his legs. One thing that I'm really not liking about this figure right out of the box is the stupid thing down here. I don't know why they didn't just glue this down. It's just a floaty piece, and I'm honestly thinking about just taking it off the figure just because it's kind of really annoying me. You do have the head sculpt here, and there's one other Mirror Master in the store, and both of the head sculpts were kind of messy, but the other one had like green splotches on his face, so I would say definitely look at this guy in stores. But he's got kind of a weird expression. I kind of like it though. I kind of dig it. He's got kind of a side eye, and he's got like this weird, like, angry smirking head. So one eye is smaller than the other one. He's kind of squinting. I kind of like this head. It's a good head sculpt. You do have his, like, all this texturing around it and, like, wrinkles in the costume. And then you get down to the torso. Again, is just the normal torso, I'm fairly sure and certain. Then you have this belt piece, which is new. I do like this. Kind of more texturing on the side for these, like, pockets, I'm assuming, which are to hold his Mirror Master guns. Of course, they don't fit in there, but that is pretty cool right there. You have some buttons, and then down to the boots, which are the same exact type of boots as the other figures right there, all more like combat texturing detail. So yeah, pretty cool. He has these tan hands right there, skin tone hands. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Nothing too special about here. I'm fairly certain that these gauntlets are reused, but I could be wrong. So the only really new parts are the head sculpts, and then the extra add-ons. Same with, like, this little piece up here. Everything else, though, is reuse. Okay, getting into the articulation, the head can look up about... Ooh, that's really nice. He's got some fairly decent head articulation. I think that's all you would really want for a Mirror Master. And then he can look down fairly good. Get some nice tilts in there all the way around. He can raise his arms above 90 degrees just a little bit. You have the rotator cuff motion in there. And then you do have all the way around. You have bicep swivel, double jointed elbows right in there. And then you have the hinge and swivel at the wrist. The torso can't crunch. Actually really good for a DC Multiverse. Like, that's way better than whatever Captain Cold over here can get. So, He's not even standing up straight. That's literally way better than whatever Captain Cold can get. So I do like the crunch on this figure. Pretty good going back as well. So very nice there. You have some twist at both points, and of course you do get some pivots in there. The legs can raise about 90 degrees. You have a not really a lot of twist in there. Double jointed knees, and then of course you have the swivel at the ankle, pivot down that far, up that far, and of course toe articulation. Next, going over his accessories, is of course does come with the tried and true DC Multiverse stand, but with that new DC logo. Really liking how they're doing that instead of the old DC stands. There's the older one with the older DC logo right there. Then you of course getting his trading card with the silver foil right there. Cool, he's like popping out of a reflective surface. There is his bio right there. Pause now if you want to read that. So pretty cool. Love these trading cards. As you guys know, I collect them. And then getting to the nitty gritty of the actual accessories. First off, he comes with a pair of skin color fisting hands right there. So you got some nice fisticuffs. And then he comes with another skin colored open trigger hand, so you can hold his mirror guns. But then, which is a kind of weird thing about this figure, he kind of has like two different sets of two hands. Like he comes with gloved hands as well, so you get a pair of two like green gloved hands, fists, and then you get another pair of green glove fisted hands, except they're not fists, they're trigger finger hands. So you can either have him with like the gloved hands or the skin tone hands, but I prefer the skin tone just because I think it pops more. And then you get his mirror guns, so you get two of them right there. Yeah, these look awesome. You got all the reflective surfaces in there. No real paint on these, but they do go into Sam Scudder's hands over here, and he looks nice and neat holding them. So yeah, that is pretty much all his accessories. Now let's go ahead and get into the size comparisons. Here is Mirror Master next to a couple of Flashes. We have Barry Allen Flash, and then the Flash of Earth 2 right here is Jay Garrick. Love these two, or love honestly all these figures. I'm really liking the Mirror Master. Then here he is next to Impulse from the comics, and then the CW Grant Gustin Flash. Next to a couple of rows, here he is with Captain Boomerang and Captain Cold. I think these guys look great together. Please, McFarlane, give us a classic Golden Glider and Heat Wave before the line ends. Oh, and Weather Wizard. And then for a couple of other Flash villain comparisons, here he is next to Dark Flash and then Godspeed. So overall, what are my final thoughts on this DC Multiverse Collector's Edition Mirror Master? I think this guy's pretty cool. For the $36 I paid for this guy at Walmart, I don't know if it's worth the $36 just for a couple of guns and, like, what, 6 extra hands? I don't know if it's worth the $36. I still don't think these guys should be priced that high at $35. And hell, if you got this guy at GameStop, it would be like $40, $42 plus tax and everything. So, I mean, I'm not going to say... It's to each their own, really. Like, if you think it's worth it, good for you. But if, in my honest opinion, I'm gonna have to say it's worth it. Because, I mean, I did pick it up. So, plus, I do really like this figure. The only biggest gripe that I have with this is this stupid thing over here. That they didn't glue this down. It definitely should have been glued down. But he looks nice to your Flash, DC Multiverse, and everything else. But yeah, guys, I'm going to give this guy, out of 10, a solid 8. But yeah, guys, that is going to do it for today's review. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all the usual, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.